You may know the name Bob Goff. He's written a book called Love Does. He's an attorney and a well-known author. Bob tells the story of Cobby, who was an inmate on death row, who had made terrible choices. And in thinking about it, Bob reminds all of us that we've all made choices that we regret. But is it our choices that define us ultimately? That shouldn't be what defines who we are.
You know what? He doesn't believe the lie that a lot of us believe. He doesn't believe that his life is defined by his worst mistake. And so Cobby doesn't believe that he's who he used to be. He actually believes he's a child of God. And you know what? He's right. And I asked the warden, has anybody ever presented the gospel here? There's 3,000 men on death row at this prison. I said, has anybody ever told these people about Jesus? And he said, nobody gets in here. And I said, well, Cobby lives here. Could he do it? A couple trips ago, Cobby and I held hands in the middle of Lizira prison, and he presented the gospel of Christ to 3,000 dying men. And you know what? He screwed it up. I heard what he said. I didn't even know if I believed in Jesus when he was done. But you know what? The thing he got right, the only thing he got right is forgiveness. And, you know, all these prisoners started coming towards us. Cobby grabs a water bottle and he starts baptizing them. I'm like, no, you can't do that. And then Cobby grabs my hand and he looks me in the eye and he said, Bob, I know I'm going to die in here because of you. Like, awkward pause. But he said, I want you to know that I forgive you. And I'm like, you can't forgive me. You're the bad guy. But Cobby's not like me. He's not like a lot of us that are listening. He doesn't believe this lie that he's defined by who he was. He actually believes he's a new creation. And so there's something beautiful that happens. If we can just get to the point where we can forgive ourselves for some of our mess ups. You know, when we mess up the worst, we're calling ourselves all these names under our breath. You know what Jesus whispers over our shoulder? He calls us beloved. And if you're hearing words whispered over your shoulder and it isn't beloved, it ain't Jesus talking. And I'm learning a lot from people who've messed up. I just try to surround myself with people that have messed up as bad as I have. And somehow God uses us. And the punchline is so none of us would boast.
Our worst choices, our worst moments, that's not how God sees us. That's not how he defines us. In fact, I think about what Peter says in 1 Peter chapter 2, when he says that we are a chosen race, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a people for his own possession. Once you were not a people, now you are a people. Once you had not received mercy, now you have received mercy.
Thank you for listening to Encouragement. If you've been refreshed, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share a little encouragement with someone you love. Encouragement is a podcast from Family Radio. These moments are just a taste of what you can hear every day. Listen at familyradio.org or find more encouragement on the Family Radio app.